Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee or Tea,
the podcast where two friends share very, very different opinions.
I'm Jamie, and I'm here to keep things sensible.
And I'm Alex, and I'm here to make things a little more fun.
A little, Alex? Last week you said sleeping on a park bench was an adventure.
It was. The stars were beautiful.
You were cold and lost.
Beautifully cold and wonderfully lost.
Okay, that is very you.
See? You get me.
Anyway, today's big question is luxury travel or backpacking?
Big hotel with a pool and room service, or a backpack and a budget?
Which one is the better way to travel?
I already know my answer. Do you?
Obviously, a soft bed, a clean bathroom, and no surprises.
Jamie, surprises are the best part of travel.
Not when the surprise is a spider in your shoe.
Stop it. That only happened once.
Once is enough, thank you.
Listeners, has that ever happened to you? We want to know.
Tell us in the comments, luxury hotel or backpack and go.
And tell us your funniest travel story while you're at it.
Okay, so who goes first today?
You go first, Jamie. Convince me that luxury travel is worth it.
With pleasure. Okay, so I strongly believe luxury travel is the better choice. In my opinion, how you travel affects how you feel on your trip.
Tell me more.
My first reason is rest. Travel is supposed to recharge you.
Okay.
If you sleep badly every night, you come home more tired than before. A good hotel gives you a real bed, a quiet room, and a proper shower.
That sounds nice, I admit.
After a good night's sleep, you actually enjoy the next day more.
Okay.
For example, I went to Japan last year and stayed in a nice hotel.
Really?
Every morning, I felt fresh and excited. I could do so much more each day.
That's a good point.
My second reason is safety and peace of mind. With luxury travel, you plan ahead. You know where you'll sleep tonight.
Sure.
You don't spend hours looking for a hostel at midnight in a strange city.
Okay, fair.
For women traveling alone, this is especially important.
That's true.
A trusted hotel with staff you can call is a huge comfort.
I see what you mean.
Knowing you're safe lets you actually relax and enjoy the trip. And one more thing, I think luxury travel actually saves time.
Wait, really?
Yes. Backpackers spend a lot of time finding cheap buses or cheap food. That time is your vacation. Why spend it stressed and searching?
Interesting.
With luxury travel, a concierge plans everything for you.
Okay.
You just show up and enjoy. That's the whole point of a holiday.
I see your point.
From my point of view, travel should feel like a reward, not a challenge.
Okay.
You work hard all year. You deserve comfort when you take a break.
That's a good point, Jamie.
Compared to backpacking, luxury travel is more reliable and more reliable. And honestly, the experience is just better.
I have some thoughts about that.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, I have to disagree, Jamie. Backpacking is the best way to travel. For me, travel is about real experiences, not just comfort.
Tell me more.
My first reason is connection. When you backpack, you meet real people.
Okay.
In a luxury hotel, you stay inside. You talk to the hotel staff, maybe. But in a hostel or a local guest house, you meet other travelers.
Really?
You share stories, you share meals, you make real friendships.
Okay.
For example, I went to Thailand on a tiny budget once. I met a guy from Brazil at a small guest house. We're still friends today.
That's nice, actually.
That never happens at a 5-star hotel. Everyone just keeps to themselves.
That's a good point.
My second reason is culture. Backpacking puts you inside local life. You eat where local people eat. You travel how local people travel.
Okay.
That street stall run by an old woman, that's the real experience. In my opinion, that's more valuable than a fancy hotel restaurant.
I see what you mean.
The best thing about backpacking is how close you get to the real country.
Okay.
A luxury bubble keeps you away from that.
Interesting.
There's something else too. Backpacking builds confidence.
Oh?
When you figure out a problem on your own in a foreign country, you feel amazing. You feel capable and strong. Getting lost and finding your way, that's a great memory.
Okay.
I believe travel should push you a little outside your comfort zone.
That's a good point.
That's where you grow. That's where the best stories come from. And one more thing, backpacking is more affordable.
Ha.
That means you can travel more countries, more adventures. One luxury trip costs the same as 5 or 6 backpacking trips.
Okay.
Personally, I'd say more experiences always beats more comfort.
Interesting. I'm not sure I agree, but interesting.
That's okay. I'll convince you in the next round.
Good luck. Okay, Alex, you said backpacking builds confidence. I hear you.
Thank you.
But I'm not sure I agree that being stressed is the same as building confidence.
It's not just stress, Jamie. It's problem solving.
I see your point, but there's a difference between a fun challenge and real danger.
That's true, but most backpacking trips are perfectly safe.
Most, not all.
On the other hand, bad things can happen anywhere, even at a luxury hotel.
That's true. However, a good hotel has security and support.
I see your point, but I think travelers are smarter than you think.
I'm not saying travelers are not smart.
Good, because I'd be insulted.
You said backpacking lets you experience local culture. That's true.
Exactly.
But luxury travelers can do that too. You can book cultural tours, local food experiences.
I am not sure I agree. That's a bit different.
How is it different?
It's planned and polished. Real culture is messy and spontaneous.
I see what you mean.
The best moments happen when you don't plan them.
That's a good point, but not everyone likes surprises.
I know, but surprises make the best memories.
You said backpacking is more affordable. That's clearly true.
Right, 5 trips for the price of 1.
I have to disagree a little, though.
Oh, why?
Cheap travel can become expensive when things go wrong. A missed cheap bus, a bad hostel, a stomach problem from street food.
Okay, that happens sometimes.
Those surprises cost money too. Suddenly, it's not so cheap.
That's true. However, those moments are still part of the adventure.
Alex, having food poisoning is not an adventure.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Thank you. But Jamie, you said luxury travel saves time. I want to push back on that.
Go ahead.
When everything is planned, you can't change your mind. What if you find a beautiful village and want to stay 2 more days? That is a good point.
With backpacking, you just stay. No problem.
That's true. However, I like knowing what comes next.
I know. That's the difference between us, Jamie.
Honestly, yes. I think we just travel differently.
And that's totally okay.
From my point of view, neither style is wrong. They suit different people.
Exactly. Some people want rest and comfort. Some want freedom and surprise.
You're right about that.
Maybe we can agree on something.
Oh, what's that?
Traveling is always better than staying home.
Yes, that I fully agree with.
So maybe we both win.
I think we can agree to disagree on the details, but agree on that.
Perfect.
Okay, let's wrap up today's episode with a language recap.
This is the part where we review useful phrases from today.
You can use these phrases in real English conversations this week.
Let's start with opinion phrases. First one, in my opinion.
I used this today. For example, in my opinion, luxury travel is more relaxing.
You can use it anytime you share your view. It's polite and clear.
Next phrase, from my point of view.
This one is similar, but it sounds a bit more formal.
For example, from my point of view, planning ahead saves stress.
Great. Now let's do a disagreement phrase. I have to disagree.
This is polite. It tells the other person you don't agree without being rude.
I said, I have to disagree. Backpacking is the best way to travel.
Try this one next time a friend says something you don't agree with.
Next, I see your point, but...
This phrase shows you're listening. You understand them, but you still disagree.
For example, I see your point, but being stressed is not building confidence.
It sounds much kinder than just saying, no, you're wrong.
Very true. Next phrase, that's true, however...
This is great for agreeing with one part, then adding your own idea.
I said, that's true. However, those moments are still an adventure.
It keeps the conversation balanced and friendly.
And one more. The best thing about X is...
This is a great comparison phrase.
I said, the best thing about backpacking is how close you get to the real country.
You can use it to talk about your favorite food, your city, your hobby, anything.
Try all of these this week. Use them with a friend or in the comments.
Speaking of comments, here is today's question for you.
Which do you prefer, luxury travel or backpacking?
And tell us your best or funniest travel story. We love reading them.
Next week, we're debating another big everyday topic.
It's going to be fun and probably a little silly.
Definitely silly. You don't want to miss it.
Thank you so much for listening to Coffee or Tea.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe.
It really helps us grow and make more episodes for you.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring.
And remember, every trip teaches you something new, even the messy ones.
Especially the messy ones.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.